Hi traders, I want to show you an example of a bullish butterfly that's set up on the 1 hour chart. This is the Australian US dollar and you're currently looking at the daily chart. So remember, the first thing we want to do before we can even look for a pattern is identify higher time frame key levels of support and resistance. Now, as I said, a daily chart, you can see we're in a nice strong downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. And remember, we want to be paying attention to the last swing up. Okay, now this is a discretionary call in terms of where to draw your fibs. You've obviously got this major low up to the high, but you can see prices rallied and come all the way back down, and then basically started again here, rallied, come all the way down, started here, then rallied all the way back up. So in terms of actual swings, you can look at these, at this major swing here, but because we've obviously moved all the way up like this, in terms of drawing the actual Fibonacci retracement, it's not a very clear swing at all. Okay, so I would look at this swing here from the very low up to the very high, and I would also look at this swing here, because with this big rally, prices retraced, so this is really the start of this big move up. Okay, as I said, that's going to be a discretionary call. Most of the time you can just draw from the very low to the very high, but with this big rally like this, I prefer to draw from either here or even this swing up. So having a look at price, you can see we're making lower highs, lower lows. Prices come down and you can see it's hit the 50% and showed a bit of a reaction off there. So if we take a horizontal tool and just drop it from the high all the way down to the low. Have a look at this. You see this 50 area here? Okay, we've got a bit of a history here. You see here support, resistance, spiked through a few times, resistance, support, then holding as resistance. Look at the bodies here, resistance. Remember, they are zones, we're not looking at specific numbers. With confidence of the 50, we've bounced up. You see resistance, hit resistance here, rejecting again. The other thing I want to look at is, you see this swing. This is the real start of this upswing. Okay, as I said, this is going to be a slight discretionary call on this swing because it's real choppy. And you see the confidence there, 618 with that area. Okay, so we know that this area here, in terms of looking for a possible buying opportunity, is a level I want to pay close attention to see if I can find a pattern. Okay, understand the overall market is in a downtrend here, so if we're going to find a buying opportunity here, we don't want to look for massive moves. Okay, we want to look for a few points. It is a key area. This area will stand out on a weekly chart quite easily. So let's just have a look at the 4 hour chart, and I want to look at this area and just see what's happening around that area there. So price has reacted off it. Okay, starting to make a higher low sort of thing here, but overall we're still very much in a downtrend. Okay, so if you're going to look for buying opportunities in a big down move like this, just understand that you're fighting a big trend, and A, you either want to take a small position, or B, you don't want to be looking for major moves. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the hourly chart. This is where the pattern actually set up, and I'm just going to get rid of this eclipse. So you can see price rallied off that key area. Remember, they are zones, they're not specific numbers. Rally again, you see the big rally, and then it's dropped. So we have a look at this swing up here from this low up to this high. Retrace all the way down to just past that 79% Fibonacci level. So we want to start thinking about the possibilities of a butterfly pattern. Remember, the 79 level is an indication that we want to possibly look, if we run the lows, look for a possible butterfly pattern. So we just pull it down. So there's the 127 extension, and if we just move this from this swing high down to this low, not sure why that 2 is there, that shouldn't be there. So we've rallied, we've dropped. You see the 79 level. Just remember, the closer you're going to get price hitting at 79, the tighter the extensions are going to be in terms of confidence. So the 127, 1618, you can see we're slightly off there by like 8 pips, 9 pips. Okay, if we move this up to the 79, you see it becomes the same number. So that's still relevant for me. Okay, it's under 10 pips, and it's quite a large pattern. See the pattern size is like 100 pip swing, so it's pretty, 7-8 pips confluence is not too bad. Let's have a look at this area here. See this 127 area? If that's the formation of the butterfly, I'm just going to mark this area off here. If we have a look at this area here on a 4-hour chart, just have a look to see if we can fine tune. Maybe there's an area on the 4-hour across, because now we're looking at running these lows, okay, for that actual pattern to get filled. So you see this area here. If we have a look in terms of support and resistance, we've got a major rejection off here. Okay, support. You see here, hold resistance. Even just slightly fine tune it ever so slightly here. See there, support. See there, resistance. Again, you see the base. Support, breaks through, commits with this candle. I'll show you here. Commits with this candle, comes back, retests it, and then drops. Here again, see the resistance. So that's a key level. We've got a good bit of history along there. Also, it's around that 62% retracement. Let me just move this forward here, and we're looking for a spike down to complete that bullish butterfly. So if we just move back to the hourly chart here. Okay, now, for some guys that are not going to be in front of the screens all day, these hourly patterns are pretty nice, because you don't have to be in front of your screen all day long. You can put in a decent sized stop and then check on it every few hours. Okay, so stop loss would go below the 1618. You can see you're starting to look at like 40 pips, okay, 40, 45 pips, something like that. But so this is sort of a swing trade position. Remember, it is counter trend, so you're starting to look at not maybe looking for those big moves, maybe just a bounce up towards the highs, or even targeting one of these swings here. You see this drop here. So let's just fill the orders in. If we go to our order platform and we go pending order, we're going to buy limit. Okay, we know this is going against the overall trend, so we need to be a little bit more cautious. So 0 to actually we're going to add the spread, so let's add in 30. I'm going to go in at 30. Sorry, 2, 3, 4 area. Okay, 2, 3, 4 with a stop loss just below, so 0, 1, 9, 2. So we've got a 42 pip stop loss. I'm going to place that in there. And again, take profit. I'm going to wait to see what happens with the reaction there. Okay, and let's just step this forward. So you see a price spikes up, test resistance. Okay, start moving lower here. So you're still making lower highs, lower lows. The butterfly pattern, you're always going to be going against a trend. Okay, it's just the nature of the pattern, because you really are trying to find these extreme points. Okay, and it can be a lot riskier when you're in a big downtrend or uptrend, so just be wary of that. So there's price spiking up. Now what we want to see, you see this area here, you see this block, we want to see price clear and hold above this area for this trade to start working out. See a spike up. Let's just move this up here. Okay, so we've closed above that. That's good. That's a good sign. Just step this forward. Now we're starting to rally. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of these fibs on here, and I'm going to drop this fib tool down, because I want to see where we are in terms of the fibs. Now when you're managing these trades, you can see we're already up 50 pips. Because it's counter trend, you could definitely look at taking profits. You see this area here, we've broken above. That's a good sign. We've got support, resistance, comes back above. Now you've got this block. See this order block here. nice bullish candle. We've got that to concern ourselves with. But this area here to concern ourselves with. This area here. And then this area here. And you can see up here, this is a level here I would definitely be watching. Okay, which is pretty much up towards the highs here. So that's in terms of targets, about 100, 120 pips or something like that. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart and just see how we've released. Okay, so this is interesting in terms of bullish pressure coming off this level. This is, look at the size of this candle. Let's just see where it closes. So there's the candle actually closing. Look at the size of this candle compared to the rest of these candles, these bullish candles. All right, it's quite a nice indication that we may have some buying pressure come in. We've now, you see this level here, we've got this area to protect us. So what I'm going to do is move the stop to break even on this. Understand it is counter trend. So if price now moves back, I want to see this area, this 247 area, I want to see it hold as a level of support. You see this block here? I want to see if that area is going to hold. So if we just move over to the hourly chart, let's just step this forward. Okay, so bulls are coming in again. You see this level here? We've rallied, come up. You see we're testing this area now at the moment. So we're starting to make higher highs, higher lows. Let's just see what happens here. Now sort of hitting this area of resistance into this block here of support. Little pop up from there, and we just have a look. See this area here? Okay, good place to take profit. So I'm going to look at moving my stop up on this trade to just below this swing low here. We got this area protecting us, and I'm going to move my stop up. See, we've taken the highs out, spiked into this area of resistance in the 79 level. If it comes back below there, I don't want to be in the trade. We're currently up 79 pips. So if we move this to 293, okay, just below that area. We can also look at drawing our fib tool from the low up to the high. 38%, maybe bringing that area just there, but we'll wait and see. I'm really more concerned about this area holding. Okay, so there's price comes right back. Okay, right back on us, and we've been taken out on the trade. So we made 59 pips on that. Remember, it is counter trend. I'll just step this forward and see what happens. You can see price eventually consolidates, actually hit the 38, so stop below that 38 would probably be in a better bet, but you know, we just don't know what's going to happen next in the market. And I'll just show you in terms of targets. Here we cleared this area here, this block. We've got this area up here, also high time frame targets. You can see price comes up, tests that area, and eventually starts breaking down again. But nice little profit made there.